The US, Canada, and Mexico spend years bidding to host the World Cup. They win. The tournament comes to their cities, their stadiums, their fans. Then those same fans can't afford to go. When the US, Canada, and Mexico put together their bid, the documents list a maximum ticket price for the final at $1,550. That is the number on paper. That is the number that helps win the vote. The final is at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey on the 19th of July. A Category 1 seat costs $8,680 at face value. Before dynamic pricing moves it. Before you try to buy one now, 5.5 times the promised cap. Before the price even starts adjusting, the U.S. Soccer Federation's target when bidding was to offer hundreds of thousands of $21 seats across the opening phase of games. That number does not appear anywhere in the 2026 ticketing system. To even attempt to buy a ticket, you need a FIFA account. You need a valid credit card. Then you wait for a sales window to open. The first window runs from September 10th to September 19th, 2025. It is reserved exclusively for Visa cardholders. You register your interest during the window. FIFA draws names at random. If selected, you receive an email around September 29th with a time slot to actually purchase. That time slot starts on October 1st. You have not bought a ticket yet. You have won the right to try to buy a ticket. This is phase 1. There is also an early ticket draw, a random selection draw, a PMA supporter phase, and a last-minute public phase. Each has its own dates, its own rules, its own inventory. Miss one window and you wait for the next. Get through the lottery and the ticket you wanted may already be gone. The random selection draw alone runs from December 11th to January 13th. FIFA receives more than 500 million ticket requests during those 33 days. 500 million. An average of 15 million requests per day. Applications come in from all 211 FIFA member countries. FIFA calls this unprecedented demand. It is also a useful number. When 500 million people want something, you can charge whatever you want for it. Scarcity is the product. The lottery makes the scarcity feel fair. FIFA has already sold roughly 2 million tickets during pre-sales before the full schedule is even announced, and is believed to have approximately 4 to 5 million tickets remaining across 104 matches. 500 million requests. 4 to 5 million tickets. Most people who enter the lottery do not get one. Infantino responds to the 500 million figure with a statement. Knowing how much this tournament means to people around the world, our only regret is that we cannot welcome every fan inside the stadiums. That is the regret. Not the pricing, not the system. That the stadiums are not bigger. The 1994 World Cup in the U.S. is remembered for record-breaking attendance and accessible ticket prices. That tournament is 32 years ago. The cheapest realistic ticket for a general sale buyer for a group stage match in 2026 is several $100s. The final starts at $4,185 for the worst seat in the building. A fan attending every match from the group stage through to the final faces costs of at least $6,900 through official supporter channels. Before a flight, before a hotel. Football Supporters Europe calls the pricing a monumental betrayal of the tournament's traditions. That is a fan advocacy group. Then there are the players. U.S. men's national team winger Timothy Weah calls the prices too expensive and says the tournament will be more of a show. He says lots of real fans will miss matches. Weah is from New York. The final is 20 minutes from where he grows up. What fills the gap is corporate hospitality. FIFA sells hospitality and VIP packages directly to corporations and wealthy attendees. A single group stage hospitality package starts at $1,350 per person. Those seats are not in a lottery. You pay, you go. The World Cup markets itself as the global people's game. The crowd inside the stadium is increasingly not the people. FIFA advertises a $60 ticket, the supporter entry tier, available for all 104 matches including the final. FIFA puts this number in every press release about affordability. Before the backlash, that tier does not exist. The original pricing gives participating teams no tickets in the lowest price category at all. The cheapest tickets range from $120 to $265 for group stage games, not involving the host nations. Fan groups react with shock. The story reaches mainstream news. FIFA announces the $60 tier shortly after. It is only available through national football federations, to fans who can prove a history of attending their national team's away matches. The number of $60 tickets per game is likely in the hundreds, not thousands. It is not available through general sale. It exists so that FIFA can say $60 in a headline. It is introduced in direct response to public anger, not as part of the original plan. Dynamic pricing means the ticket has no fixed price. It moves based on demand, on which teams qualify, on how many seats are left. The same model airlines use to charge you more for the aisle seat on a Friday. FIFA uses it at a World Cup for the first time ever. The idea sold to the public is that prices can go down as well as up. If demand is low, tickets get cheaper. What actually happens is that 180,000 tickets end up sitting unsold on FIFA's official resale marketplace before the tournament even starts. Median resale prices fall 20% in the weeks before kickoff. Some group stage tickets drop to $69. Prices do come down, just not for the matches anyone wants to attend. FIFA builds its own official resale marketplace for 2026. At previous World Cups, resale prices are capped at face value, and FIFA takes around 5% from each transaction. For 2026, FIFA removes the price cap entirely for matches in the United States and Canada. Sellers list at whatever they want. FIFA charges 15% to the seller and 15% to the buyer, 30% of every transaction. A ticket listed at $16,000 generates $4,800 for FIFA. On a ticket it already sells once. One listing for the final reaches $230,000. FIFA's cut on that single transaction is $69,000. Infantino addresses the resale prices at the World Economic Forum in Davos. He says many fans who receive tickets in the lottery will try to sell them for profit. He says prices on the resale market will be even higher as a result. Not as a warning, not as a criticism, as a plain description of what is happening. When asked about the prices more broadly, Infantino tells fans they should chill. He points to NBA Finals ticket prices as evidence that expensive tickets at major sporting events are normal. Mexico gets a different deal. Mexican law restricts ticket resale, so FIFA agrees to cap resale prices at face value for matches played there. The same organization, the same tournament, different rules depending on which country's laws FIFA has to work around. The investigations. 4 state attorneys general open investigations into FIFA over ticket sales. Texas, California, New York, New Jersey, their own country, their own World Cup, their own fans. The specific allegation is not about price. Fans buy Category 1 tickets, the best seats, lower bowl, close to the pitch. They pay Category 1 prices, some above $10,000. Then FIFA moves the seat maps after purchase and assigns them Category 2 locations. Texas AG Ken Paxton says this may violate the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act. California raises the same concern. New York and New Jersey issue a subpoena, that is the word, subpoena, for a football tournament. The argument is not that the tickets are expensive. The argument is that people pay for a specific product and receive a different one. That is not a pricing dispute, that is consumer fraud. FIFA does not respond to initial requests for comment. FIFA is a non-profit, registered in Switzerland. No shareholders, no dividends. Every dollar it generates is supposed to flow back into football development. That is the legal structure. FIFA's reserves sit at $1.5 billion in 2014. By 2022, they reach $3.97 billion. After this tournament, they are projected to pass $4 billion. Those reserves sit in liquid assets, cash and government bonds, not stadiums, not pitches in countries that need them. The stadiums are paid for by the host countries. Security is paid for by host cities. The U.S. federal government hands $625 million in FIFA funding to the 11 American host cities just for security. Toronto's total hosting bill rises to $380 million. Host cities each run over $100 million in direct costs. FIFA takes the central revenue, broadcast rights, sponsorship above $2.8 billion. Ticketing, which historically makes up 10 to 15% of World Cup revenue, reaches 27% in 2026, roughly $3 billion, because of dynamic pricing and the resale cut. The host governments pay for the event to physically happen. FIFA keeps the money the event generates. One economist puts it plainly. None of the host cities benefit economically because they don't get the revenue. They get the costs. The U.S. bid promises FIFA $11 billion in profit from this tournament. The U.S. Soccer Federation president calls it the most successful and profitable World Cup ever. He says this in 2021, trying to win the hosting rights. He is correct on both counts.